If you're struggling to feel confident on camera, I got you, especially if you're over 40 and questioning, can you even do this content thing? Yes, absolutely. So in this video, 10 tips to help you build your confidence on camera so you can start showing up with presence, power, and more confidence, even if you're sweating. And if that is you, girl, just wear a black shirt. I love to keep it real with you. You can have all the best gear you bought from someone's Amazon storefront, but if you're still not pushing record, well, what is the purpose? Let's get into these tips. Look good, feel good. Now, don't get it twisted. I am not telling you to go put on a blazer and sit in front of your computer if that is not for you. Please don't do that. Please be yourself. What I'm talking about is simple shifts that are automatically going to make you appear more confident on camera. The first of which, and this blows my mind that there's so many creators that fail at this, look at the lens of the camera. If I'm up here looking at myself in my screen, that's gonna look a lot different than me looking at you right here. And now that I'm bringing this to your attention, you'll probably notice it. You're talking to me, but you're looking at yourself. And if I were in a conversation with you in real life, I wouldn't be looking at myself. That would be weird. I'd be looking at you. That small shift will make a huge difference in your content and people just feeling connected to you, even though they probably might not be able to say. They might not say, oh, because you were looking at the camera. They might just have this feeling, wow, she's really confident. Look how she shows up. She's looking at me. She's talking to me, not looking at herself. Oh, that one drives me crazy. Number 2, use the back of your camera. It is a night and day difference for you to use the back of your camera. And here's the deal. You don't need a fancy iPhone. Girl, cinematic mode, a little cute portrait mode, it will do the thing. But there is a difference between the front camera, at least on iPhone, the front camera and the back camera. And if you can be putting out better quality and you know it's going to be better quality, you're automatically going to have a bit more confidence about what it is that you're putting out. I'm recording this on a little like $700 Sony, but girl, do not get it twisted. If you look back, I have posted Zoom videos on this channel. Speaking of your camera, please always do one of these little before you hit record, because when there's a smudge on your phone, on the lens, it looks bad. Yes, girl, I have been creating content for so long and I still sometimes forget, but I often am in a one-hit wonder. Girl, it's one take and we're gonna go. Number 3 is please go towards the light. This makes a huge difference. Lighting is literally everything when it comes to creating content, and no, you don't need a $200 ring light. Guess how often it gets taken out? Like never. You just need to know what direction to go to. That makes a huge difference. Record when it's daylight. Now I get you might be busy, you might not have daylight, so grab yourself one of these, and this is great and it works, but there is nothing better than a little God-given light. And full disclosure, I'm recording this video today and all I did was change my outfit real quick, and I recorded 2 back-to-back YouTubes. Make it easy for yourself. Now, of course, if it makes you feel better to be dressed up, to have your face beat, by all means, do those things. But if it's, I don't have the clothes, my hair's not done, all these things, and that is continually delaying you from showing up, get over yourself. This next set of tips, speak like a pro. I hate to break this to you, but if you are a creator and you're trying to come over here in these YouTube streets, Instagram gives 5 to 7 seconds, trending audio, B-roll. That really doesn't fly over here. That's really not gonna be what gets you monetized over here. And to be quite frank, it's probably not the best use of your time and expertise. Now, I will say that sometimes we're gonna create our lazy girl content and I love it. But let's be for real. Instagram gives 5 to 7 seconds. And honestly, when I see creators leaning so heavy on that, even if stuff goes viral, I'm like, do I feel connected to this person? Because I've never heard their voice. It's a little weird. But if you want to build intimacy with your audience, they need to hear your voice. They need to hear your excitement. They need to hear the inflection, the changes, the way that you say whatever it is that you might say. They need to hear your voice. So, how do you get more confident in your voice? I am very type B, okay? Girl, it does not have to be great. It does not have to be buttoned up for me to do this. I kind of get on here. We have a little chitty chat with God, and God, use me. But maybe you don't feel that way. You're not quite there. It is okay to plan out what you're gonna say. There are teleprompters that you can do this. I'm 40. I still enjoy writing. There are times where whenever I go live, I actually have this post-it. And this post-it reminds me to start with a hook, give a story, give a little value, and then give a call to action. If you need help with what it is you're going to say next, a couple of things to help you. Don't feel like you have to record everything in one take. You can have your notes over on one side, and then you start, say what you're going to say, gather yourself, say the next thing.
How are they going to know?
No one's going to know because you're going to go back and edit. Now, if you want to record everything in one take, maybe you memorize, or maybe you stick a post-it with wherever it is that you are hanging out, getting your content in, and you use that, or you use a teleprompter. There's still no excuse for you not to be showing up and using your voice on camera, period. Personally, I'm a big fan of winging it. And maybe that takes a little bit longer for me to edit, but it's something I've actually heard a friend say something about having ADHD. It is what it is. And this is a big one, honey. Cut out your filler words and your awkward pauses, and especially as millennials, the big we do when we hit record and we start talking. It is annoying. I'm at a point strictly audio that someone's consuming it. I do cut my breath sounds out, the pauses you'll hear in between, because I just don't like how it sounds. You will sound more poised when you don't have filler words. If someone says a million times, I am checked out. Like is one of those ones for me where sometimes I listen to myself and I just want to say, girl, get it together. And I actually, when I watched Love is Blind DC, I almost wonder if this is an East Coast thing because they said like so many times. You can get rid of those filler words, CapCut, you can cut them out. So there's no excuses for you not to sound a bit more polished. There are very few times where you would hear me say on a live video even, because I've been podcasting so long, because I put in the reps. Understand, you can slow down when you're talking. Just remember, done is better than perfect always. And you're going to get better all the time the more that you record and you start to speak. But again, if you're someone that says, I'm telling you, you could have the most valuable content that I could ever think about consuming, and I'm going to turn it off. It's going to be a major no for me, dog. So use CapCut, Descript's another one, get rid of them. Number 6, in speaking like a pro. If you use a formula, don't get hung up on this, but having just a flow of how you're going to speak is going to be helpful for you with creating content for camera, especially when you're brand new. So I like to use hook, story, value, call to action. Your hook is what grabs the attention. Your story is relatability, telling them or sharing with them what the problem is. And then you're going to deliver your value in the content, very succinct, very precise. And then you're going to give them a call to action. You're going to tell them whatever it is that you want them to do. So this is really great frame for video, really great frame for going lives. And even in your written content, I'm going to hook this person in. What story can I tell to make it make more sense or dive into what they're struggling with, and then the value of how you turn around, solve that problem, and then how they can do whatever it is they need to do. It's not a bad thing to tell people what you want to do, and sometimes that might just be save this post. It might be subscribe, like, comment, give me money. And sometimes you don't need a call to action. Sometimes it is just, here's the info, do what you want with it. I want you just to remember that so many creators never actually show up. I think YouTube's a little bit different if you're creating for YouTube, but with Instagram specifically, there's so many creators that never show up and use their voice, and I think that they actually are missing the boat, especially with the fact that ChatGPT is kind of taking over, honey. So because we know that there's so many creators that don't use their voice, you using your voice is going to help you stand out. We're going to wrap it up. How to become a magnet for confidence. When you get over your fear and you maybe stand up, there's a lot to be said about standing in the power pose. This is why I'm recording this standing up. Maybe you want to sit down, that feels good. Confidence isn't just about what you say, it's also in what you exude and your presence. Now, this is not about faking it till you make it, but it is about you grabbing up your confidence muscle and understanding, even if you don't feel confident, there's something in this world or a time or a place that you've been ultra confident. And you just got to draw on that person, call on that person, call on Jesus to give you what you need. But some people just have a presence about them that ultimately draws other people to them. And I know that you can feel this. You feel this when you turn on that YouTube video or you listen to the podcast and you're just like, wow, you just gravitate towards them. But when you intentionally decide that you're going to shift your energy, people will feel this. I promise you, people will feel it. So how are you going to get confident when it comes to camera and shifting your energy? Girl, talk to one of these. I talk to Ralphie so much about who knows what. Talk to her voice memo when you're in the car, when you're away from other people. Talk to yourself on a walk. I know that it sounds crazy, but trust me, it works. And the way that you're going to do this when you're talking is by talking like you're presenting. If somebody were to come up to you in an elevator and it's like, tell me your life story, you're going to be like, let me tell you, there's going to be a big difference between those two energies. It's not about being cocky. It literally just is about being confident. It's about being sure of yourself. Start taking your ideas, the things that you want to talk about, the things you want to say, and just start rambling. Because this is all about you getting out of your head and putting it out into the ether. And this is where you will start to get more concise. It's where you'll start having your ideas connect from brain to mouth a little bit more easy. So the next time you're driving or you're in the shower, you're going to pick a topic. You're going to say it out loud. Number 8, please don't be afraid to say a little prayer. If you take a second to center yourself before you record, get your life together, you will feel different on camera versus this rushing. And I get if you're 40 plus, you might have a lot on your plate and you might be rushing. But whatever you believe in, center yourself, stop, drop in, and trust what needs to be said will be said. And if not, you can go back and usually edit it back in. It's not that serious. And I would encourage you just to trust that the message that needs to be said will land and that you won't say the wrong thing to the right person. And even if you do, you'll just commit to getting better at your delivery all the time. This one I know nobody wants to do, but yes, we have to do it. Listen back to yourself. I know that it's going to make you cringe. It's going to feel really uncomfortable. You're not going to love your voice, but listening back to yourself is where you'll start to pick up on different mannerisms that you may have. I talk a lot with my hands, so I'm going to see that when I watch back. But listening back is an opportunity for you to catch your filler words. It's an opportunity for you to readjust how you hold your tongue so that it doesn't click on camera. These are all things that I've learned just from podcasting that have been a game changer in how I speak. And ultimately, because in speaking, I feel more confident and just showing up more confidently when a green light is on or red light is on and I'm being recorded. Lastly, get to the point. I have a hard time with this because I'm like, of course, people want to know all these things, but cut out the fluff. Especially in your short form content, even your long form content, cut out the fluff and just go back to the question, is this helping solve a problem for someone else? And keep things really tight, really clear, really concise. If you know that you feel that your message is packaged really well, automatically you're gonna feel more confident. And we can always go back and edit. Unless you're doing a live video or a live presentation, take a deep breath. You can go back and edit. It's not that serious. And this specifically, this grinds my gears when people do this on live video. I understand why people do it, but specifically on Instagram, don't do this if you plan to repost your live video. And that's where people will either wait and they're waiting to build their audience, and so they're just staring at the camera and there's no way for you to cut that out if you're posting it immediately to Instagram. Luckily, we have 2x speed. It makes it a bit easier to scrub through that. To me, it doesn't look like a confident person. It looks like I'm not confident in my message, that I'm waiting for people. Because sometimes, I'm gonna tell you, if you're sporadically going live and it's not planned, there might not be anybody on there. And you still need to show up, commit, and speak and talk. Like you got a big audience of 100 people. 100 people listening to anything that you have to say, that is a lot of people. So remember, we want to hook people in that first 3 seconds. You getting to the point right away is going to make you feel more confident, in my personal opinion. Don't wait for the people. One of the best ways that you can actually practice being on camera, hit live on a TikTok or an Instagram, Facebook, and just do it. If you are doing it spontaneously without giving people, hey, I'm gonna be here this date, I'm gonna be here this time, it does take a lot of pressure off of you. You're gonna be fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen. I wanna leave you with a challenge, and that is for you to go create something on camera using your voice. I hope that these tips help you and that they give you the courage and the confidence to start pressing record. Let me know in the comments which of these tips you're going to implement right away. And remember, this isn't about you being perfect. This is about you going forward. Your camera confidence is simply on the other side of you hitting record and taking action.